In this section, we'll be looking into the switching characteristics of an SCR during turn on. Now, as I said earlier, the turn on time is divided into three parts: delay time TD, rise time, and spread time. Now let's look at delay time. Initially, the thyristor starts conducting over a very tiny region. That means when the current is being sent, the area that the current covers is very small. Now, delay time can be measured in terms of three values: gate current Ig, anode voltage Va, or in terms of anode current Ia. Here, Ig is the maximum value of gate current, Va is the maximum value of anode voltage, and Ia is the maximum value of anode current. In terms of gate current Ig, it is the time taken by the gate current to increase from 90% of its maximum value to its maximum value, that is from 0.9 Ig to Ig. So if you look at the diagram, you can see that this graph shows the gate current. You can see that from this point onwards, 0.9 Ig to Ig, this is known as TD, or the delay time. In terms of anode voltage, it is a time taken by the anode voltage to fall from its maximum value to 90% of its maximum value, that is from Va to 0.9 Va. If you look at the diagram again, you can see that this was Va, and you can see that it is falling from its maximum value Va to 0.9 Va. So this again, this time period where the anode voltage falls from Va to 0.9 Va is known as delay time. In terms of anode current Ia, it is a time taken by the anode current to increase from forward leakage current value to 10% of its maximum value, that is from forward leakage current to 0.1 Ia. You can see that this is anode current, and initially before the turning on, it was in the forward blocking mode, and the current that is flowing through it was forward leakage current. Forward leakage current, the time taken for it to build from forward leakage current to 0.1 Ia, and that is the delay time. The flow of gate current Ig is non-uniform over the surface of the cathode, the flow being concentrated nearer to the gate terminal. It was seen that whenever the gate current is flowing, it is not completely spread across the cathode, but it is concentrating nearer to the gate terminal. Now when the anode current starts to flow, it also flows through a narrow region rather than the complete cathode surface. So they said that gate current flows only through a small area, and when the anode current that gets built up, that is from forward leakage current to 0.1 of Ia, when that current starts to build up, it was seen that anode current also flows through a narrow region rather than the complete cathode surface. The anode current flows nearer to the gate terminal, where the gate current density is the highest. So where does it flow? It flows where the gate current density is the highest. It flows through the same path. Now delay time can be reduced by applying higher gate current and higher forward voltage between anode and cathode. If you give larger gate current, then delay time is reduced, and if you give a higher forward voltage between anode and cathode, it also reduces the delay time. Delay time is in the order of a fraction of a microsecond. Next is rise time, TR. We know that by the end of delay time, Ig has reached its maximum value, and it will remain the same for the rest of the time until the supply to the gate terminal is cut. So Ig, the time taken for Ig to build from 0.9 Ig to Ig, that was delay time. So by the end of delay time, Ig has reached its maximum value, and for the rest of the time it will remain the same until the supply is cut. Now Va has fallen to 0.9 VA and IA has risen to 0.1 IA from the forward leakage current value. This is what the values are by the end of delay time. Now rise time TR is the time taken by the anode current to rise from 0.1 IA to 0.9 IA. That is, it is from this point to this point. This was 0.1 IA, the time taken for the anode current to rise from 0.1 IA to 0.9 IA. This time is known as rise time. Rise time is inversely proportional to the magnitude of gate current and its build-up rate. This means that larger the gate current, shorter the rise time. So if you give a larger gate current, the rise time will reduce. Now shorter the rise time, what will happen? Larger the rate of change of anode current IA with respect to time. That is, rate of change of IA with respect to time, dIA by dt, and higher the possibility of damage to SCR. Thus, while designing, SCR is also provided with a dIA by dt protection. Now, rise time is also the time taken by the anode voltage to fall from 0.9 VA to 0.1 VA. If you look at the diagram, you can see that this was 0.9 VA. Rise time is the time taken for VA to fall from 0.9 VA to 0.1 VA. The turn-on losses are the highest during rise time. Now what do you mean by that? If you look at the loss, this is loss. It's basically the multiplication of VA with IA. So you can see that the losses are the maximum during rise time. Now why is it happening? Because you can see that at every point VA gets multiplied and it starts to build up, peaks at a particular value and then falls down. This is because turn-on loss is calculated by multiplying VA with IA. It is seen that the losses increase, peaks at a particular value of VA and IA and then falls. Since during this time anode current flows only through a narrow region, these losses also occur in those narrow regions only. We had told earlier that it flows through a narrow region, and the losses also naturally occur only in those narrow regions. This would lead to development of local hotspots in these regions and the device may end up being damaged. Now spread time. We know that by the end of rise time, IG is maintained at its maximum value, gate current is maintained at the maximum value, anode voltage VA has fallen to 0.1 VA and anode current IA has risen to 0.9 IA. Now spread time TP is the time taken by the anode current to rise from 0.9 IA to IA. That is, this is known as spread time. It was 0.9 IA, the time taken for the anode current to reach its maximum value. This time is the spread time. Naturally, you can see that it is also time for the anode voltage VA to fall from 0.1 VA to on-state voltage drop across SCR. That is the voltage drop that is developed across SCR when you say the SCR is on. So that is also another way of defining spread time. Spread time TP is also the time taken by the anode voltage to fall from 0.1 VA to on-state voltage drop of an SCR, which is typically around 1 to 1.5 volts. During this time, the conduction spreads over the entire cross section of SCR. Now, this is when the current starts to spread across the complete SCR, and the total turn-on time is delay time plus rise time plus spread time. Now, after the spread time, anode current attains a steady state value and the voltage drop across SCR is equal to the on-state voltage drop. Since knowing rise time is really important, manufacturers usually specify the rise time, which is of the order of 1 to 4 microseconds.